Okay, students, we are here with our new part, the second part of desert animals. And as you know, that this chapter tells us about the animals living in the desert and how they adapt themselves to the climatic changes over there, how they fulfill their water requirements. This is the chapter that will tell us about that. And the four animals mentioned in this chapter are, which have been given great emphasis to, the rattlesnake or the rattler, the mongoose, and the camel. So now our next one is the mongoose. Mongooses are very amusing animals to watch, and they hunt and travel in groups of 20 to forage for beetles and millipedes. Forage means to find, to search, okay? And they are alert and they look out for any danger by twittering and calling. And what can be the danger? The danger can be the predators or big animals. And how do they look out for them? They constantly poke their noses into holes, they overturn rocks with their paws, and they scratch the ground with their sharp claws. And they are very amusing to watch. And as I told you, they hunt and travel in groups of 20. They are also very famous. They're also very famous for their ability to kill snakes without hurting themselves. And everybody remembers, सब लोग कहते हैं कि वो सांप और न्योले की लड़ाई, उर्दू में we call the mongoose as the nyola, and always it is the mongoose who overcomes and wins this race. There is a reason for it, you know. It's not because one of them, it's because actually both are mightier. The snake is very, what you call very poisonous. But you know what happens is the mongoose irritates the snake to such a hilt that the snake gets tired, and that is the time the mongoose quickly dives for it kill, and then it hurts the snake. And everybody remembers the story of the child, the mongoose and the snake, how the mongoose used to look after the child, and then the snake comes and he kills the snake. And when the family comes, they think that it is the child who is dead, but actually it was the snake who was dead, and the blood, his mouth was filled with blood, so they thought that this is the mongoose, and the poor mongoose was killed. So the moral of the story is, look before you leap and do your work. But a mongoose is also called as one of the most faithful animals. So this is the mongoose. Now one more interesting fact about is that all the mongooses, the female mongoose, they have their kitten at about the same time. All of them have the kitten at the same time, and then the whole group is raised in a den in a hollow log of wood, you know, like the big log, big chunk and trunk of tree के अंदर वहाँ पर उन लोग अपना nest बनाते हैं. And usually it's also in the termite mound. Termites are also, as you know, termites are kinds of insects. उनके घर को mound कहा जाता है. Inside that it is made. And when one does this, the other men go out to look out for food, while some of the men stand behind to guard until the others return for the night. So as I hope you have understood, and they have also a common sight in many parts of Africa. Now our next interesting animal that is mentioned is the camel. As you know, you all have grown up learning the camel is the ship of the desert. The camel is the ship of the desert. We have learned so many things about the camel. But first of all, everybody knows that it is one of the most famous desert animal. They live in groups of 30. Camels have been domesticated by people for a long time back. Domesticated matlab they have been used for daily purpose. Like you have to you have to carry your load, you have to carry your stuff. All these things are taken. They're used to carry loads. They're used to sit. They can be used for, now they have been used for entertainment purpose. You have seen by the seaside, you can go for a camel ride. Now, a very interesting fact about them is that when the winter comes, they have long shaggy coats. इनके जो बाल होते हैं वो बहुत लंबे होते हैं to keep them warm. And as it comes in the summer, these coats become shorter and tidier. A thirsty camel can drink up to 30 gallons of water, that is equal to 500 full glasses of water. Okay, and how does it survive? It survives by all the moisture it gets from the desert plants. You can understand the moisture. It can be dew, it can be, you have learnt in geography that air has moisture, everything around us has moisture in it, so it lives on the moisture and it can survive on this moisture, and it survives on the moisture it needs from the desert plants. Okay, जो deserts के plant होते हैं. Now desert का एक बहुत famous plant है. Desert has a famous plant called as the cactus. Everybody knows that. It's a thorny piece of shrub that grows, but it has got water inside that. And a camel can survive for many months without drinking any water. Here it has mentioned 10 months. Now next picture is telling you of two sets of camel. There is a difference. As you can see, the difference is between their humps. This is called as the hump of the camel. H-U-M-P. It is a part of a body of the camel. Now this is one, the picture on the left is a camel with a single hump, and this is the camel with two humps. The camel with the single hump is called as the dromedary camel, and the camel with two humps is called as the Bactrian camel. Now see children, this is the beauty of Allah's creation. Allah, we cannot walk on the sand with our feet. It's so difficult for us to walk. But camel has got large padded feet which helps him to put his leg. It goes firmly also in the sand, then it comes up and it can walk further. Then Allah has said in the Quran also, أَفَلَا يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَى الْإِبَلِ كَيْفَ خُلِقَتْ. Have you not seen the camel, how it has been made? Yani everything that Allah has created has for us to sit and glorify. Now again, I would just like to come back that people think that the hump stores water. It not only stores water, but it also stores fat. Okay, there is fat. This fat helps him to eat. As soon as the fat becomes less, the hump will shrink. Okay, and there are many other ways in which camel is adapted. There are many other ways, like it has got such a tough mouth that even the sharp thorns cannot pierce through it, and it has got padded feet which help him to put his legs in the sand and then remove it out. If you run on the sand, you cannot run, you will fall inside, but aram se it walks. That humpy nice ride, it's so much fun. Have you all been on a camel ride? I have, but I remember it very well. So now again I'll come back children, last but not the least. This is the last, with this ayah I'm going to finish my chapter. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? It's just wanting to tell you children that these are animals, and they adapt themselves so beautifully to the surrounding or the environment which Allah has given. We also need to do that. We also need not complain. We need to come and face the situation, bear the situation, and think of new ideas and innovations and inventions so that we can survive. So even the eyelids that Allah has made for them, their eyelids and their eyelashes are so long that the sand does not hurt them. There is a sandstorm also in the sand. So that's why it has been also said in the Quran, أَفَلَا يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَى الْإِبِلِ كَيْفَ خُلِقَتْ. Can you not see the camel, how it has been made? See its hump, see its padded feet, see its texture of the skin on its body, the long shaggy coat, the short coat, everything. So we should thank Allah for whatever Allah has given us. I hope you all have understood. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.